Who controlled Bagram Airfield? Have you ever wondered about the history of Bagram Airfield and who held the reins of control over this significant military base? Let's take a closer look at its journey through time. Bagram Airfield was originally constructed in the 1950s by the United States. However, its role changed dramatically during the Cold War, especially in the context of Afghanistan's internal conflicts. In the late 1970s and throughout the 1980s, the Soviet Union took control of Bagram Airfield. This shift happened after the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan in 1979. The Soviets aimed to support a communist government established by the People's Democratic Party of Afghanistan. This party had come to power through a coup in 1978 and was backed by Moscow as part of its strategy to expand influence during the Cold War. Bagram Airfield became the main Soviet military base in Afghanistan. From this location, the Soviet forces conducted operations against the Afghan Mujahideen, who were insurgents fighting against the communist regime. The Mujahideen received support from the United States and other Western allies, making this conflict a classic example of a proxy war. The Soviet military presence at Bagram included thousands of advisors and elite troops tasked with defending the communist government. After the Soviet withdrawal in 1989, the communist government in Kabul began to lose power. The Mujahideen forces eventually took control, but Afghanistan soon descended into civil war. This chaos led to the rise of the Taliban in the mid-1990s. Fast forward to 2001, following the September 11 attacks, the United States and NATO forces entered Afghanistan. They took control of Bagram Airfield, which was in ruins from years of conflict. The U.S.-led coalition rebuilt and expanded the base, transforming it into a major hub for military operations against the Taliban and other insurgent groups. From the perspective of communism, the Soviet control of Bagram Airfield represented an effort to support a socialist government and counter Western influence in Afghanistan. The base symbolized Soviet commitment to international communist solidarity. However, the eventual loss of Bagram and the collapse of the communist government marked a significant setback for communist influence in the region. In summary, Bagram Airfield was controlled by the Soviet Union during its occupation of Afghanistan from 1979 to 1989, then by Mujahideen factions, followed by the Taliban, and finally by U.S. and NATO forces from 2001 until their departure in the early 2020s. The history of Bagram Airfield reflects the broader struggles of the Cold War and the proxy wars fought in the region.